Morning, Matthew at Maddie's again. Sunday morning, and here we go again. One appointment today. One individual that was calling that might have an issue. Again, I've written a lot of stuff and putting a lot of things out there on Facebook and my page, and I just want people to continue to get to know me and know the technician that I've become over the years. Here again, busting ass on the weekend. It's Sunday. I guarantee you won't get that from another shop in the area. And here I am, got a 2006 Ford Taurus. Work on a lot of older stuff, a lot of newer stuff, a good mix, a lot of things in between. But just wanted to continue to put myself out there and kind of explain. I've worked 16-year veteran in this career. I've worked a few places, just a few, including three of the big three dealers for Chevy, Ford, and then Dodge. Was trained by the Chevy dealer in Green Bay before they sold out. And I went to school, graduated. Not that education's important, because it's not necessarily, especially in this field, doing the blue collar things. Education really doesn't make the tech. I went back when I was 30. I was ready to go back to school, and I was stuck in school with a bunch of 18, 19, and 20-year-olds just fucking off all day long. Didn't know what they wanted, didn't know where they wanted to be. And here I am coming back at 30, just driven. ASE Master certified by the time I graduated. I had the experience because I was working in the dealer at Broadway under two awesome heavy technicians, and then almost straight A student. But again, the book smarts. I consider myself pretty book smart. I think anybody that knows me would tell you that. I'm extremely knowledgeable when it comes to something I've read and retained and can study and all that other stuff. But what really makes the technician is not necessarily that. It's the experience. And again, the ASEP program that I went through, I got to work under two heavy technicians that worked on everything from engines, transmissions, all the way to electrical and brakes and oil changes. Just a lot of good stuff, good mix. I was pretty much on my own by the time I graduated. Stuck on flat rate, working on my own stall. And I think we all know that that saying, when you're really good at your job, you get to do somebody else's job too. I learned early in my career that I kept getting stuck. I kept getting the hard stuff. I always got somebody else's comeback. I always got the hard electrical issues. I always got the hard stuff that nobody really wanted to touch. And it really pissed me off early in my career. And I really didn't understand or appreciate why until now. Here I am. 16 years later, opening my own shop, running my own shop. I've been here for 2 years. And it's really more than 16 years because again, the time that I put in, I was working some 18, 20-hour days there leading up to this last year, up to Christmas, working a lot of nights and weekends, touching a lot of vehicles, putting in a lot of hours, getting a lot of experience. And in this field, experience is what makes the technician. When you see the same symptom over and over again, but it's not the same cause, it's not the same problem. We're not just part changers here. I take my experience, I take my schooling, I take my knowledge, and I use that. And I use that to get people fixed up and diagnosed properly and back on the road. In fact, I got a 2011 Expedition out back that was at another shop, going back to doing other people's jobs for them. Timing was just done on that thing. Still running like a bag of shit. Still making upper engine noise at times. Kind of sounds like a VVT solenoid. Some parts were put into it. I'm not sure all the parts were put into it. We're going to be diving into that later, hopefully today. But again, just a little bit more about me and about my background, and what you're getting as an experienced technician. And my customers would agree. The reviews on my page speak for themselves. But again, this is my passion. It's always been my passion. I love working on vehicles, love tinkering, don't love every job, but it all leads to good experience. And I have so much experience, especially the last 2 years, of things that I have run across, been subjected to. And again, back to my career and starting out, took me a long time to come to grips with the fact that they weren't giving me the shit jobs because they hated me. I was getting all the hard stuff because I took my time. I did my proper diagnostics. I was a fair. I consider myself a good technician because I go through my paces, and I didn't really fully appreciate that until I got here doing it on my own, putting in all these hours and continuing to be successful because I do my due diligence. And again, just wanted to put a little more up, about me out there. I write a lot of things. I've written a lot of things until I got this GoPro, and this thing is awesome because now I get to tell people, they get to see me. Maybe we'll do some live things eventually down the road. I've been talking to a neighbor of mine, but again, Sunday, here I am, busting ass, getting some other things done, and then hopefully digging into some other nightmares that some other people touched recently and getting some really good answers on that stuff as well. So if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Maddie's Auto Repair Niagara. I will have you covered one way or another. So make it a great Sunday.